and I'm Livaeco GlobalSpa Fit Fab 2021, and my fitness mantra is happiness. I think if you're happy doing whatever you're doing, whether it's a workout or work, I think your health will always be incredible.
Hello and welcome to another exciting session with the winners of the GlobalSpa Fit Fab Award 2021, which recognizes the fittest and most inspiring achievers across industries. We're delighted to introduce Ms. Anusha Dandekar, a dynamic and versatile creative force, as a winner of the Fit Fab Award. She's best known as one of India's most prominent VJs and television hosts, and now as a trailblazing entrepreneur, and has also forayed into the fields of acting and singing. As CEO and co-founder of Brown Skin Beauty, she has ventured into the self-care and wellness industries and created a truly remarkable brand that caters to the diverse and unique needs of brown skin. We're honored to confer her with the GlobalSpa Fit Fab Award and look forward to finding out more about her perspective on all things wellness. Anusha, thank you so much for joining us.
That was such a nice introduction. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm glad, of course. So, since the award celebrates a healthy lifestyle, I think it's only fair that we start by asking you, what is your fitness regime and your food philosophy?
Okay, so I know people might think I'm absolutely crazy when I say this, but I'm a massive believer of mind over matter. I think the mind has the most incredible and unique force of taking us where we want to go. And of course, a lot of heart as well. But I think it's our mind that, if we tell ourselves negative things every day, whether it's towards our body, towards our food, that negative effect is like a domino effect. The more negative you put out there into your food, or when you look in the mirror at yourself, the more negative it hits back to your body, because I believe that it's listening to you and it's giving you what you're asking for. So if I constantly look in the mirror and I say, oh my God, I look really fat today, or I'm not looking like my skin isn't looking good, or my hair or whatever, the more I keep saying it to my body's understanding that, okay, is that what you need? All right, I'm going to give it to you. When I'm eating a meal, if I'm constantly saying to myself, oh my God, this is going to make me look so fat. This is going to make me feel so fat. This is not good for me. It won't be good for you. Now, that doesn't mean to say indulge all you want and just keep eating everything and keep a positive mindset. Because at the end of the day, everything comes at a limit, and you have to learn to limit yourself. I have never, ever been on a diet in my life, ever, never. I eat everything that I want to eat, but I always show gratitude towards it. And I don't work out every day. I don't. But I do things that I really enjoy, like gymnastics or Pilates, or I go for a run on the beach barefoot because that makes me happy, And so I think when you bring that happiness into your workout and don't make it a chore for yourself, that's also an amazing mindset to have. So I think, without sounding so philosophical and preachy, I think, honestly, everybody needs to start changing their mindset.
And now I think veering into a topic that's probably just as interesting for you. Congratulations, your skincare line has recently completed 1 year.
Yes.
We want to know that skincare is so closely linked to wellness rituals. And so what does wellness mean to you? What does that concept mean to you, and how do you practice it?
I think wellness means to me just having a really rich, healthy life, right? And by rich, that doesn't mean having all the money in the world. It's how good you feel inside. Like I said, again, mindset, yes, but also what do you do actively every day to take care of yourself? Do you take that time out to say, hey, this is about me right now, Because I think we constantly get into this trap, and I know that I'm, wanting to kind of do a lot for everybody else and around me, and, I have to go to work, and I have to do this, and I have to do that, and life is always just go, 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 and when do you kind of stop and say, oh my God, 1 second, you know what, I need to just pause for a second, and I think out of all the negatives that happened during the pandemic, if we took one positive from it, it forcibly made us pause. It forcibly made us take time and look at ourselves, our lives, our earth, and everything, and wellness to our mind, physically, everything. So I think wellness to me is taking a pause and kind of just treating yourself well, whether it's with skincare, whether it's going and getting your hair done or doing it yourself at home. Nothing has to require so much money to look after yourself. And so that is wellness to me.
That's amazing. And also, you sort of are running two parallel careers at the same time, and it's more than a decade for you in the entertainment industry. How would you describe the journey so far?
Do you know what? I love roller coasters, and I think this is one of the best roller coasters I've ever been on. Lots of screaming and shouting, and then happiness and fear of tears and all of that emotion you have on a roller coaster. I think that's perfect for my life. I think there's loads of ups, and I don't call them downs, I call them lessons. I really believe everything that we go through is a lesson, and it's part of our journey, and it's so fine. But I get to wake up and do what I love every day, so I'm never going to complain about it, ever. And then really becoming a businesswoman, a co-founder, a CEO is such an incredible milestone for me, because here I am pioneering change in a beauty industry that, oh my God, I only ever used to talk about on TV, like what's on trend and, what's in fashion and, this and that, and kind of set styles. And then here I go into the actual field of beauty. And it's not like a small market. There is people everywhere. And you're just this one lone ranger. I kind of call it a one-woman army, but I can't say that because my co-founder would be so upset. He's very much a part of this, Gaurav. But what we try to do is just one person at a time. We're trying to pioneer change in a beauty industry that only targeted maybe 1% of our country, and they constantly spoke about how only one type of looking person and shade of brown is acceptable for society, and everything else is just kind of hanging around. So inclusiveness, acceptance of ourselves, whatever shade of brown we are, brown skin problems like hyperpigmentation, melasma, all of these things, like let's talk about it openly. #filter-free culture is something that we started, and we post only pictures without makeup, without filters. Every photo shoot I do for the brand, I don't wear one drop of makeup, and there is no touch-up, ever. Because if I'm going to say it, then I have to practice it as well. It's not fair. So this is the kind of change I want to make. And also just one thing, when I was talking about wellness and taking time out, it's not just beauty things that can make you happy. Dance around in your house, put on loud music, be crazy, watch really funny shows. I think this is all wellness too. So that's how I also balance it out. I'm so hard on myself when I'm at work and doing everything, and there's so much going on and everyone expects so much, and you expect so much from yourself, which is the most important. But then I take time out for my wellness, and I do whatever makes me happy. Indulge in a cupcake or whatever.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And you've segued perfectly into my next question, actually, which is that you embarked on this really sort of adventurous journey of entrepreneurship, which of course comes with its own set of challenges. And the philosophy behind brown skin beauty is so inspiring and so fresh. So what inspired you to take this up as a commitment, and what keeps you motivated despite all the challenges you mentioned?
Thank you so much for that question, because it's really hard. Let me tell you, an artist and a businesswoman, they are really different. When I used to go on set, you go there, you work really hard, whether it's a 15-hour day or a 5-hour day, whatever. And then you come home and you kind of sit back and you're like, okay, the day is done. But with business, it's like, okay, I finished a task and then I put my phone down. I'm like, okay, done. And then ping, 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 ping. And you're like, oh my God. It took me a couple of months to realize, oh, I don't get to go home. This is happening wherever I am, in any space. It's invasive, but it's wonderful. It's a completely different experience. But why brown skin beauty is an amazing question. And the simple answer is, look, growing up in Australia, I didn't realize I was a brown girl. I didn't know that that was a thing, that I was different or they were different. I don't know. And so when I used to get a little racist remarks when I was younger, I didn't understand it because my parents brought me up as somebody different. You know, they never told me. And then I realized, like, during celebrations and things, you know, we wear bindis, salwars, you know, we eat with our hand, and I love it. And I realized, oh my God, that's not just like skin color, that's just like also our culture and things that I had to keep explaining. So then I moved to India and I kind of took a deep breath and I'm like, I'm at home, this is amazing. Now I don't have to explain myself. We all look the same. And I realized, oh my God, okay, I may not have to explain cultural differences so much, but why is everybody so racist towards each other? Why is there such a gap in this beauty industry? What the hell is going on? And then as I was on TV and all my contestants would tell me these terrible stories of, like, amongst relatives, amongst friends, amongst people that they go to school with or college, you know, girls having deeper, darker shades, the things that they would go through is really traumatic. To be told that you can't amount to something because of the shade of your skin is so incorrect, and it had to be changed. And honestly, I never knew that a skincare line was going to be in my path. Everyone expected me to do fashion. Everyone expected me to do maybe makeup or, you know, anything else. And I always wanted to do underwear, which I did, which was amazing. And I will do it again. But when I got in, started like kind of beating at my you know, heartstrings, like, this is not right. Sorry, pulling on my heartstrings, that this is not right. And that's when I decided that I'm going to start this with my partner, Gaurav. And the first thing that I did was come up with the name like this, Brown Skin Beauty. It's so self-explanatory. And the tagline is, whatever you're brown, it's beautiful. Because that's the truth. We are all different shades of brown. And I think there's a misconception that if you're really fair, you must be like a white or whatever. Look, I'm not trying to color shame anybody. We can be whatever color we want. But what I'm trying to do is have acceptance. Even when we're fair, we're a shade of brown. Desi is brown, and we should be so proud of it. It's not a bad word. It's a beautiful word. You know, when we call chocolate delicious, why is that not insulting? That's beautiful. Chocolate is yum. Chocolate comes in different palettes. Chocolate is tasty. That's what we are. That's what we are. So brown skin beauty is a pioneering change. And we believe in empowering and acceptance. And it's about time, you know, and we're not going to stop. We're going to make sure the entire nation and world really embraces their brown skin.
Amazing. And I think that it's high time that we do.
Yeah.
So also, you know, this philosophy that you shared also ties in with the idea of wellness, I feel, because your brand is cruelty free and it also celebrates inclusivity. And I want to know how do you think skincare ties into a person's overall well-being, you know, not maybe just about the aesthetics, but maybe something beyond that?
Look, that's a fantastic question. And if we really think about it, what's the first thing that we see on everybody? We see each other's skin, we see each other's face, we see each other's appearance, right? So everybody's so scared of it now because of Instagram and social media, which can be a great positive, but also an entirely different way of looking at the world, which can bring on negative issues as well. And that is, do we really know what people look like anymore? Do you know what I mean? It is so filtered to the point where I saw one girl's Instagram and I was looking for girls like to do, so we hunt for girls on Instagram and all over the country just to be their raw selves to represent brown skin beauty, okay? And as I was going through lots of, just trying to find like girls that are just like really happy and embracing themselves, there was one girl who was so beautiful and I only saw one real picture of her. The rest, if I hadn't seen that picture, I would not know what she looked like. And she was hiding behind only filters. And, that's okay. Like, look, we all have shitty days and we want to put a filter on, saves us from doing our makeup. That's great. But that can't be your entire life, And I think we put so much pressure on ourselves to look like this cookie cutter image of beauty that we're not accepting the fact that all of us have flaws, all of us have differences, and it's okay. That's what makes the human race. If we all look the same, how boring would it be? And everybody has some element of beauty and some element of flaw, but that flaw is decided by you, not society, right? And so for me, I think wellness ties into that so well, because mentally and physically, what we do to ourselves is, if we start embracing ourselves just the way we are and telling ourselves good things in the mirror, then our wellness hits 100, Because let me tell you, that stress that is brought on by trying to look like other people and trying to cover up yourself and not feeling confident, we're going to stop going out into society, after a point, because we have so many filters on and we're hiding behind so many fake profiles and things like that. How can you meet people? People are going to be like, wait, is that you? You look very dramatic, And why do we need to do that? So I wanted to move away the filters and move away makeup and all of that. And let's just show ourselves and be freaking proud of it, So I think that really does help with wellness a lot.
Yeah. And also, I'm also interested to know your routine. How do you usually unwind and take out time to take care of yourself? Because I think that's something people might want to know. Everyone's struggling to find that time for themselves, I guess.
So I am a big put on the music really loudly and just get down. I love doing that when it's just too much, Music is therapy for me. Really, really good therapy. And then obviously when I have time, I love going to gymnastics. I love stretching it out. I just really want to pull my body from all ends and make sure it's just, I think it really helps release the stress. And then when it comes to beauty routine, look, I know this is going to sound very she's just advertising her products, which is so not true. Okay, so there's one thing you have to know about me. If I'm going to make something, I'm going to have to use it. Otherwise, I'm not making it. So everything I've created, even the tracksuit line, Moo that I made, I wore all of them. My underwear line, I wore all of it. And my skin products. When we first released Immortal, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. And now we have a new collection coming out, which I've actually been using. This is my new regime for winter. And I had all the samples. So I've been using it for a month and it is delicious, amazing. So my skin routine is basically a face wash and then moisturizer for my whole, from head to toe. And then at night, I'll put a night cream on. I'm not a big fussy, oh my God, I have to use toners and this and that. I can't, I like to keep it simple. But I do that because I really believe the more you pamper your skin and your hair, it'll pamper you back. It'll look good. So, I wash my hair every couple of days and I use good shampoos and good conditioners. And I always take my makeup off if I'm wearing any at all. It's a big must. People don't believe it. It is a true thing to keep your skin good and get good sleep. Oh my God, you wake up looking so good in the morning. Good sleep is amazing. So, figure out how you're going to get it and get it. It's amazing and worth it. So I think that's all really important. And for anybody that's a bit lazy with beauty regimes, I just have to tell you, this is the first exclusive, I'm telling you. We're actually coming out with a face and body lotion. You can use it all over. So, take that one little jar and indulge.
Amazing. That
Yeah.
sounds very convenient.
Yes.
I also wanted to touch upon the topic of sustainability because that's something we're zooming in on for this edition of the award.
Amazing.
And our title partner, Livaeco, has been leading the change in terms of sustainable fashion. And I wanted to get to know from you what your perspective on sustainability for brands, for consumers, people in general is, and also your thoughts on sustainable fashion.
Look, I think it's the way forward. I think it's high time. If the pandemic has taught us anything, it's how nature thrived when we were inside. Thrived. Like animals were free, roaming around because they had air to breathe, and I think they got their life back, and it was honestly wonderful to watch. And I think it's high time humans just understand the more that we've created, the more we need to take those creations and start reusing, recycling, and finding a way not to make more rubbish in the world, So that's one. So I think it's a great way forward. Look, Brown Skin Beauty very proudly does two incredible things. And it's been a real challenge, especially for a startup, which the easy way out is always to use plastic. But my partner and I were like, no, we're not going to do it. We use glass. There are very little manufacturers in India who make glass and, that can really kind of deliver on time and get our products out, but we still stuck by it. So we use glass because it is recyclable and we want to do that and do our bit. And, yes, we're cruelty free, which is also really important. So I think just being that conscious for the environment, whatever you start, I think if you use that as the starter and then work around how you're going to be able to create it, I think that's fantastic. So I love that Livaeco is also doing it. I know a brand like Adidas is also doing it with a shoe. I know because I did so many cleanups with them on the beach, and they showed us how they make it out of plastic bottles. So for me, that makes me so happy, because it's about time, Look, it's like, when we were kids, if you make a mess in your room, our parents tell us to clean it up. So let's just say this is the world. It's our big room. And, somebody up there is probably saying Mother Nature or God or universe or whoever you believe in is saying, clean it up now. And let's do that, So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's such a wonderful way of putting it.
Yeah.
I think probably a good note to end this interview on would be to ask you, what is one piece of advice that you have always held on to and that you would like to pass on to other people?
Oh,
No pressure.
There's a phrase that I came up with quite a while ago, and it was, love yourself or change till you do. And it had layers and layers of meaning for me. Because first of all, just as a person, I'm like this really happy person and I love giving my energy to everybody, but do I give my energy back to me? So, maybe that's a change I need to do so I can love myself more. I can get really worked up and angry about stuff. So there's another change that I need to make in myself because, maybe I could just walk away and count to 10 and then deal with it later. So all of these things and then appearance, I'm picking at my face like, oh my God, look, I've got this like scar, I've got this. Another, love yourself or change till you do. So change means, maybe start looking after your skin a little better. Drop the sugar. Don't do the dairy, oh, I'm not happy with my body. Love yourself or change till you do. Go for a walk. Have movement, instead of just sitting in our negative bubble and cursing ourselves or being hard on ourselves, ridden with guilt. Keep loving yourself or change till you do, and the change can only ever happen with you. Look, we can help 1 million people and we should, but helping yourself is the number one key thing to do, because unless you get up and say, okay, I'm going to do this for myself, Doesn't matter how many people try to come and help you. You can have the best trainers in the world, the best, most expensive products in the world, whatever it is. But if you don't get out of bed and tell yourself, today is the day I'm going to do this, then everything that you have is just sitting around and waiting, So I think that is the most important thing. Love yourself or change till you do. And I just also want to say this because I forgot. Also pay it forward. Like I said, we can help 1 million people and we should. And Brown Skin Beauty does that, just that. 5% of our profits, all of our profits, go to disadvantaged and underprivileged women. And it's to help them keep going in their future. So just say they've got a kind of school education, but they couldn't afford college, or they can't go to the 10th, or whatever it is, they're stuck at some place. We jump in and we take their education forward, and we make sure that they get the degrees that they so passionately want, and we really, really want to see them through till the end. And that to me is like, because they're doing the work. They're loving themselves or changing till they do, because they're putting in the work, and we're just giving a little helping hand to do that.
That's so amazing. And that's a wonderful thing to take away from this conversation.
Yes.
Everyone who's tuning in. Thank you so much for joining us and for
sharing
insights. It was amazing chatting with you, and we meet you again on the award, and we look forward to seeing you on the 2nd.
Yes, definitely. Oh my God, I'm so excited to be there. And thank you so much for even considering me. And I'm just so happy that there is a place like this that celebrates wellness, because I think it is really important. It's actually one of the most important things in our lives. And so keep looking after yourself, and everyone out there, please look after yourselves.